Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Lassen Community College, welcome to this meeting between the Shasta Knights, coached by Brad Rupert, and your Lassen Cougars, coached by Frank Avila. Hey-o! Fans of the California Community College Athletic Association decorum policies in effect for all games throughout the season. Please be respectful and courteous to each other. The CCCAA strongly encourages all fans to avoid using profane language, taunting, or making inappropriate gestures or nonverbal signs. In addition, any non-credentialed person that interrupts play will immediately be escorted out of the venue by security staff. Those violating the CCCAA decorum policy will be warned once. Subsequent violations of the CCCAA decorum policy will result in ejection from this host venue. And now the starting lineup for the Shasta Knights, coached by Brad Rupert. Leading off as the designated hitter and pitcher, number 6, Shea Bowen. Batting second and playing center field, number 24, Keanu Mizuta. Batting third and playing second base, number 17, Drew Reynolds. Batting fourth and playing right field, number 34, Giacomo Crosetti. Batting fifth and playing first base, number 13, Noah Weaver. Batting sixth and catching, number 5, Hayes Edens. Batting seventh and playing third base, number 11, Julian Escueda. Batting eighth and playing left field, number 16, Joaquin Medina. Batting ninth and playing shortstop, number 2, A.J. Davies. Folks, before we announce the Cougars starting lineup, we'd like to take a moment to honor one of our own, Hall of Fame coach and current director of athletic operations at Lassen Community College, Glen Yonan. Glen has served at LCC for 34 years as assistant baseball coach, head baseball coach, head volleyball coach, head softball coach, camp coordinator, division chair, and the list goes on and on and on. Coach Yo was inducted to the California Baseball Hall of Fame in 2009, and he has created a host of special events such as Back the Badge, the Veterans Day Breakfast, as well as Susanville Little League Baseball and Susanville Softball Appreciation Days. With all his accomplishments, his proudest thing when you ask him is that he is a quality father to his children, Natalie and Sam, and a quality husband to his wife, Sherry. They're celebrating their 31st wedding anniversary this June. So on behalf of all of us, we want to take this moment to say thank you. Go ahead. Yeah.
I look forward to this next chapter of life, watching the teacher training. Congratulations, you did it right.
My name's Frank Avila. I'm the head baseball coach at Lassen College. I just want to extend my congratulations and well wishes to Coach Yo on his next journey. There's been nobody more monumental as a leader. Coach Yo over the last 13 years, I've said next to the man. I've been criticized by the man. I've been praised by the man. Well-rounded in the person and coach I am today because of him. Coach, I love you. Let's play some golf.
I've been working with Coach Yo for the past 7 years or so, being the head men's basketball coach at Lassen College. I want to thank Coach Yo for being a great mentor, for always in his office when I needed to talk, and for being a consistent example of what a good man is. It won't be the same coaching on the sidelines without hearing Yo working in the officials' office. I will always be grateful for him for believing in me and showing us all what it means and what it takes to be a Lassen Cougar. Well, my name is Sophomore, and I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate Yonan on his retirement. I've literally known Yo for over 30 years. He's been such a mentor in my life, not only as a coach, having to coach with him, but as a person. Most importantly, he teaches me about how to be a good human being. Yo, I'm so proud of you. I'm so glad you get to enjoy retirement. Thank you for all you've done for Lassen College and the city of Lassen.
As the voice of the Cougars, I also want to extend my thanks to Glen Yonan. He's the guy who hired me to do this job, and he's a great guy to work for. As long as you stay out of the reach of when he spins those keys like a propeller, you got to stay out of his way. But outside of that, Glen's a great guy. We love him. And now the starting lineup for your Lassen Cougars. Leading off and playing shortstop, number 2, Jack Ingraham. Batting second and playing left field, number 20, Caden Stutzman. Batting third and playing center field, number 11, Matt Shore. Batting fourth and playing third base, number 13, Zach Rackham. Batting fifth as the designated hitter, number 24, Drew Bradbury. Batting sixth and playing right field, number 3, Dax Sayer. Batting seventh and playing first base, number 7, Logan Fisher. Batting eighth and playing second base, number 9, Juan Perez. Batting ninth and catching, number 15, Ashton Davenport. And pitching for the Cougars, number 17, Jacob Vanek. Your caps for our national anthem. Here to play our national anthem on his trumpet is the conductor of our own symphony, the Susanville Symphony, Maestro Benjamin Wade. Thank you, Benjamin Wade.
Welcome to Frankenhagen Field at Memorial Ballpark for today's doubleheader between your Lassen College Cougars and the visiting Shasta Knights. This is a game that the Cougars need to have. They fell yesterday. They need to get up on their feet today and get it done. Starting pitcher today for the Cougars is Jacob Vanek. It ball's in his hands right now to settle down the Shasta bats, give his team a chance to get ahead and stay ahead in a game that's dearly needed. Yesterday's game was not a game that a real baseball person enjoyed. It was sloppily played from time to time. A lot of pitching mistakes and a lack of just overall execution. It was a large scoring game. When you have that large scoring of a game, a lot of times it tends to be the home plate umpire that creates that. And indeed, that was the case yesterday. None of it is his fault. He was fairly consistent with what he did and didn't call, but the zone caused people to throw the ball down the middle. And when you throw the ball down the middle, it gets hit. And that was a lot of the story about yesterday. So we're looking for a brand new day, a brand new team, and a brand new outcome for today's game. So Vanna getting ready to throw the first pitch to leadoff hitter Shea Bowen. And here we go. The 0-0. Strike. Vanek jumps ahead. 0-1. Bowen had an incredible day hitting yesterday. Balls in the dirt, ball at 1. Had 3 home runs. I think 8 RBIs. You don't hear that number very often. Either one of those two is very often. So I expect to see the Cougars today take a different approach to him and make him feel a little bit uncomfortable at the plate. Ball's a high hopper to first, foul. Vanek, a pitcher with good athleticism off the mound, high energy guy, high emotion guy. And he's ahead in the count 1-2. Here's the pitch in the dirt, 2-2. So whatever that was something off speed. He's going to have that backup pitch to throw for a strike to keep them off balance the rest of the game. And the 2-2 on the way, low, ball 3. The outfield playing extremely deep and extreme to the pull side. So is the left side of the infield. They're playing way towards second base, creating a pretty large gap in left field. The 3-2 pitch hit right at Scher in center field, makes the catch on a couple step run in. And something we didn't say often yesterday, Bowen's retired. That'll bring up Keanu Makuta playing center field. The 0-0 on the way, taken for a called strike. 1 9-inning game today, the last regular for the playoffs. Winning yesterday would have increased those chances. Well, one on the way, again in the dirt. So whatever he's throwing off speed against the pitchers, young pitchers, a little too much energy. Hopefully he settles in when the arm gets a little bit tired. 1-1, 1 out to pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Anybody? So the 1-2, Vanek comes sets, and a pitch. Don't know what it was. Some type of breaking ball, curveball that was not thrown well, but in the strike zone, and it kind of froze the Shasta hitter. So he's out by backwards K, and that'll bring up Drew Reynolds playing second base. Two outs, nobody on. First pitch, fouled off. So far, so good for the Cougs. Quick 2 outs, and Vanek jumps ahead of him. Now he jams him on a fastball, bobbles it, picks it up, flips to Fisher, and the inning's over. After a half inning, 0s. The starting pitcher for Shasta is Shea Bowen. If you recognize that name, he's the guy that did all the damage at the plate yesterday. Comes into the game with an 0-1 record, 2.53 ERA, in 7 appearances. He struck out 10 and walked 4. Talking to the coaches yesterday from Shasta, he was earmarked to be the closer, but and Ingraham will be the batter. He was earmarked to close for him. The 0-0 on the way, fastball called strike. And Shasta, through the course of their season, ended up playing not a lot of close games. They won by a lot or they lost by a lot, and there wasn't a real need for a closer. Now he's forced into the starting role, and here's the 0-1. Breaking ball in the dirt. 1-1. Always good to get the leadoff runner on, and that's Jackie's job right now in the pitch. Fastball, hit the center field, right at him. Drifts back a little bit on it, makes catch. Ball hit pretty well, almost to the warning track. Good hard out. You want to make hard outs. That it's the worst thing in the world when the pitcher gets you out. Second worst thing is when you get yourself out. So when you make good contact, you go to the dugout feeling good. If you get jam jobbed, you hating life for a while. Caden Stutzman's the batter. He takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. 0-1 count, and the pitch on the way. Slider. So he calls the slider a strike on the swing, and I didn't even see him check. He barely budged on it, but it goes for a strike, and Stutzman's behind 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, fastball. Looks like he went to call it a strike and stopped. And it counts 1-2. Stutzman can run, but the bunt threat is out of the equation now with the 2-strike count. And the pitch. Slider leaps up, hits it weakly on the first base line, foul. And the first baseman cannot come up with the catch. A heck of an effort, but couldn't come up with it. And Stutzman has a new life. So we'll do 1-2 all over again. The pitch from Bowen. Slider away. 2-2. Cougars need to play with great emotion today, like their season is on the line, which it possibly could be. The talk is they'll get in whether they win or lose. As Stutzman flares a ball down the right field line, out of play and foul. They could probably get in still with a loss, but you don't ever want to stumble into the playoffs. And plus, if they drop a seed or two, then they're going to have to play a higher seed if they get in. Always better to win. Playoffs, no playoffs, always better to win. And a pitch. Check swing. Again on a fastball up. That one I truly do think he did go on. They get it right. Stutzman's out number 2. Swinging. So the exact thing that Ingraham did to make a good out, Stutzman comes out and does not follow with that. Couple check swings and fouled a couple balls up, but it wouldn't be a quality at bat. And the batter, sure, he takes the first pitch strike, the ball's up, but barely above the belt, and is a rule book strike. And the 0-1 to sure. Swing and a miss, 0-2 on an off-speed pitch. Bowen way ahead in the count. He rocks the 0-2 and throws. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Sure's down. The Cougars were quick work. We'll go to the top of the second, 0-0. Vanek made short work of the Cougars in the top of the first, and he's here in the bottom of the top of the second. Vanek came in 4-2 on the year in 12 appearances, a 4.15 ERA, striking out 22 and walking 12. So he's around the strike zone. And here's the 0-0. Fastball hit pretty well to center field. Sure is going back, way back. That ball's gone. Shasta up 1-0 on the solo home run by Giacomo Crissetti.
Solos don't hurt us.
It's one run, and then it's all doesn't mean anything. You have to score one to win anyway. So you got to figure if the one run makes a difference, then the other team just shut you down. If they win 1-0, you take your hat off. Weaver, the batter, takes the first pitch strike. Vanek right back after him, even after giving up a long home run. He works quick. He's aggressive. Throws the ball, 1-1. Outfield straight up. Medium deep. Infield straight up. We're not going to talk about what everybody did yesterday because it's too long. Fastball low and away. Goes off ball, running the count to 2-1. Shasta had a boatload hit, so did Lassen. We talked about it. We talked about it all day. He had this. We're not going to do it. It's a brand new day, brand new game. The best part about today is it's not yesterday. And the 2-1 on the way, called strike two on a fastball. Count goes to 2-2. The weather's perfect. Slight breeze. And the 2-2. Something off speed. Ball. 3-2. Good place for that pitch. And 3-2 on the way. Ground ball up the middle. Base hit. Sure cuts the ball off. Throws it into Ingraham. And the Knights have a runner on first base. Nobody out. That'll bring up Hayes Edens. Playing catcher again today. Last game for both teams. Don't know how much Shasta's going to play it like a win game, but they do. They show bunt. He fouls it off. Davenport makes a great diving attempt to catch the popped up bunt. Just wouldn't let it stay in his glove. Hell of an effort. So they did show short game. They're going to play it like they're going to need it, and that's a great way to play your game. Both teams just trying to scratch out a couple runs instead of some slugfest like we played yesterday. The count's 0-1. No bunt shown. Swing and a miss on his off speed in the dirt. Count goes to 0-2. Weaver not a big stolen base threat, and he has a 0 lead. There's a pick. They pick a guy with a 0 lead. And we threw in the dirt, and nice play by Fisher, keeping it in front of him so the runner can't advance. No lead, 0-2, the pitch. Something off speed. Davenport blocks it, runner not able to advance. Count goes to 1-2, no outs. Leadoff home run in the top of the second gave Shasta a 1-0 lead. Vanek comes set, and the pitch. Just right by him with a fastball for strike three. That'll bring up Julian Escueda, playing third base again today. Now have one out. Runner still at first, still with no lead. And there's a pick again in the dirt again. Not sure if that's being called from the bench or if Vanek's doing it on his own. But they must know something I don't because he has one steal on the year and he has no lead. So we go back to the 0-0 pitch. breaking ball, kind of a get me head breaking ball, and that's exactly what it does. It puts him ahead in the count 0-1. Yes, Pat. How are you?
Good, buddy.
Good. Good to see you.
How you doing?
Good.
You see Robbie?
The 0-2's fouled off. Or the 0-1's fouled off, making it 0-2. He's down somewhere. He was there, yeah. So Vanek ahead. Gave up the homer, the single, and struck out the next guy, and he's ahead of this guy 0-2. And the pitch. Up. Ball's up. Nice 0-2 pitch. See if you can get him to chase something up. Now look for him to change the plane right now. You got the guy looking up, and now get him looking up on a breaking ball or a cutter, and then swing it back down. There it is, and it's a base hit to left field. Just too good a pitch. He did the right thing. He got ahead. He threw a high setup pitch. So now you have different variables you can go to. You can throw a slider, change up. You can throw it whatever your second best pitch is, but you can't leave it in the middle of the plate waist high, which is what Vanek did. Shasta has runners on first and second, 1 out, and Joaquin Medina the batter. Medina 182 on the year. A lot of strikeouts, so he's got some holes in that swing. And the 0-0 on the way, fouled off. They're getting some pretty decent swings off Vanek right now. He's thigh high. Completely different than the pitcher he was in the first inning where he retired him in order. Knight's on first and second, and the 0-1 to Medina. Off speed, low, 1-1. Like we talked about yesterday, didn't work, but you really got to minimize damage here. Ground ball gets you out of the inning. Medina waits at the plate for Vanek's 1-1. Here's the pitch. Ball's up again. He got away with one. Chest high. He throws that pitch to one of the three leadoff guys, a 1, 2, or 3 hole for Shasta, and he's not getting that ball back. Got away with it to the 8 hole guy and gets ahead in the count 1-2 with 1 out. Nothing better than a little 6-4-3 to get the Cougars back on offense. The pitch popped up high to the infield. Fisher, no play as it goes out of play. We'll do 1-2 all over again. Signs are all done. Count's still the same. Runners in the same place. The pitch in the dirt, strike 3. Ball gets away from Davenport, but not far enough to let the runner advance. So another strikeout. His third for Vanek, and he'll face 9-hole hitter A.J. Davies. Davies came into the series a 237 hitter. Probably increased that yesterday. 2 outs, 2 on the pitch. Ball 1. One-0. Runners. Fastball down, 2-0. So back to the danger zone. You're going to go 2-0 to the 9-hole guy with 2 runners on to face the guy who hit 3 home runs yesterday. You really got to press to get this guy out. And the 2-0 pitch. Down again, 3-0. And don't think everybody in the Lassen dugout don't know who's up next. Need him to come all the way back in the count, make some quality pitches, and the 3-0 on the way, ball, way away, ball 4. Now the bags are drunk, and Bowen, the damaged guy from yesterday, will step in and try to do some more. He hit a hard line drive right at Shure. His last at bat, hit pretty hard. Outfield extremely deep, and infield playing to pull. And the 0-0 on the way. In the dirt again. Davenport, great job of blocking it. Chest block so it doesn't carry him off the heel of his glove and let the runner score. He did a great job blocking it. ended up right in front of him, and he kept the run from being able to score. Ingraham swung way up the middle. Bases loaded, 1-0 to Bowen. The pitch. There was a little squeeze going on right there. That was a heck of a pitch. 2-0. And the danger alarm continues to ring right now. Dangerous guy to go 2-0 on. Let him hit the ball hard and at somebody right now. The pitch. 2-0. Popped him up. I don't think Altuve's going to get there. All right, so Jack Ingram, what a big-time 2-0 pitch by Lassen's pitch. I was just watching him come off the field. He's kind of punched himself in the head. Not sure that's going to help, but he got out of it, made a great pitch, popped up a very good hitter on a 2-0 pitch, which is a great job by him. So after an inning and a half, Cougs down by 1. So after a 1-2-3 inning for the Cougs in the bottom of the first, Zach Rackham will be the batter, starting third baseman. He's got some pop in the bat. He can short game. He can steal a base. Multi-tool guy. About to get the 0-0. Here it is. Slider hit right at the third baseman very hard. Fielded, one hop, throws across the diamond, and Rackham's retired on one pitch, 5-3. Bring Drew Bradbury to the plate, the designated hitter. He's starting at the DH spot today because he's the first one out of the bullpen once Vanek's day's done. The 0-0 above the waist called a strike. Bradbury had at least 3 hits yesterday. I can't remember how many, but at least 3 coming in for Cook, who had an injured eye. And the 0-1, well, that was a special pitch. That was a hard slider, very hard slider that was very effective. And Bradbury took it to go 0-2. And here's the 0-2. Fastball away. This pitcher did what you're supposed to do. Got ahead 0-2, threw an away setup pitch. Looking for him to go hard in or slider away again. The pitch is the slider away called strike 3. Bradbury's out. And Dax Sayre will be the batter with 2 outs. I hope you guys could hear Ben Wade's national anthem before the game. I love Ben. We go back a long way. I've hired Ben on more than one occasion to be our soccer guy. Ground ball, weakly hit up the middle. Shasta shortstop fills it, throws off balance, inning over. Sayer's out with 1 pitch, and the Cougs go down quietly. I'll get back to Ben Wade after the warm-ups. Like I was saying earlier, if you didn't get to hear Ben Wade play the national anthem on trumpet, you really missed it. It was an outstanding rendition of a great song, and I asked him to play it. It's my last home game that I'll be working as the athletic director here, and I just wanted something special, and he definitely made it that. Keno Missoula hits a first pitch ground ball to third. Ball goes across the diamond. He's quick out. Just what the Cougs need. Rackelman, a nice play, ranging far to his left to make the play. And I love Ben, but I'm not a soccer fan. I don't like the sport, but I'd rather see a soccer score today than another football score. Vanek with the 0-0. In the dirt to Drew Reynolds. Drew grounded back to the mound his last at bat. And the 1-0 to Reynolds. Fastball? Change up. Now we're calling it a change up. Perfectly thrown one for a called strike. The count goes to 1-1. 1 out, nobody on base. Vanek comes sets the pitch. In the dirt again. 2-1. A lot of balls in the dirt today. So he's still getting the feel for his secondary stuff. The fastball's been pretty consistent, but a bit high. Comes set. 2-1. Base hit up the middle. Good quality pitch, low in the zone that Reynolds just went down and got. You could live with that one. So there's a runner on, 1 out. And Giacomo Crissetti will be the batter. Hit a home run his last time up to give the Knights a 1-0 lead. Something off speed and was up. Not a quality pitch. Vanek has pitched in a lot of tough games this year in the preseason. He faced a couple heavy hitters, and he did Feather and Butte as well. The 1-0 slider, strike. One count, runner on first base. Decent lead. Vanek comes set, looks, goes to plate. Ground ball fouled. 1-2. Reynolds has stolen 2 and been caught stealing twice. The pitch popped up, foul, out of play. Reynolds at first, Crissetti at the plate. Need a pitcher's duel today, folks. And the 1-2. Up, up, up. Kind of a semi-pitch out. Sometimes you don't throw the ball away on your pitch out, you just throw it up. The hitter will take it, but it gets your catcher standing up in a good throwing position to make a throw without getting a pitch out along the way. So we still have a runner at first, 2-2 count to Crissetti. Pickoff play over there. Had a little bit of a lean, but not much. Kind of got him before he extended his lead. No change assigned by the third base coach. Reynolds with a below average lead. And another pick. He's back. The Cougars are yelling that he's out, and he's not. Save it for close plays. Might be able to sway the umpire's emotion, but if you do it every time, even on non-close plays, it doesn't help much. Fastball away. 3-2. So 3-2, 1 out. Good time to start the runner, but no sign from the third base coach as of yet. 3-2, 1 out. Reynolds the runner at first. Crissetti the batter. And Vanek's pitch is a pick. Again, gets away from Fisher. Not enough for the runner to advance. So we got a 3-2 count with one out. And the pitch. Fastball hit the right center, right field. The ball is caught by Dak Sayer for out number 2. And that'll bring Noah Weaver to the plate. Had a base hit to center field last time. Now some signs coming from the third base coach. See if he has a good enough lead to take a steal. And no, he does not. And the pitch. So to get the steal, you have to have a good enough lead and a good enough jump, but it's all the math. It's how quick the pitcher goes to the plate and how quick the catcher can get it to second base. It's all on a stopwatch. If it's there, you go. Vanek with another pick. Vanek works out the slide step, which means he's quick to the plate. He doesn't have a leg kick. He just kind of separates and goes. And Davenport's got pretty good pop time. I don't know what his time is, but it's a decent pop time, and it's a quick release. No lead, and the 0-1. Dribbled foul toward Shasta dugout. Vanek gets a hit 0-2. Coming up for the Cougars in the bottom of the third will be Fisher, Perez, and Davenport. The 0-2 on the way. Fastball up, which was a design to pitch. The guy did chase it. He did foul it off. Now you do what they call climb a ladder, and you just continue to raise the elevation of that pitch and see if you can't get him to nibble on something a little bit higher. You can do that, but since you threw a good setup pitch, you could throw a slider and still set him off. No lead. 0-2, Vanek to the plate, slider in the dirt. Davenport blocks again. Most of Vanek's secondary stuff is not making it to the plate. One, two. Still a quality pitch on 0-2. And we go to 1-2, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fastball away. The Knights are retired. Cougs coming to bat in the bottom of the third. Logan Fisher leading off for the Cougars here in the bottom of the third. Trailing 1-0. A lot of game left on a beautiful sunny day at Frankonaga Field. The 0-0. Base hit up the middle on the first pitch. Hit well. And Fisher has the Cougars a leadoff guy on base with Perez up. Juan Perez will be the batter. Had a good day offensively and defensively yesterday. I would still expect short game coming here somewhere. Fisher might have been a better runner last year than this year. He had a ACL. Had ACL surgery, rehabbed it all fall, and got himself ready to play by February. He's at first, and here's the pitch. Perez shows bunt, a nice bunt down the third base line. Third baseman kind of feels it funky, catches it, back pick at second base, not in time. Third baseman looked a little awkward making the play, but made the play. The sacrifice is successfully completed by Perez, and Fisher is in scoring position at second base with Ashton Davenport the batter. Oh, breaking ball, threw it at his hip and broke it over, froze Davenport. Series of signs by Coach Avila. Oh, 1. Fisher at second. The pitch by Bowen shows bunt, pulls back in the dirt. Fisher doesn't get a good read and can't advance. So with one out, Frank's still trying to make the Shasta third baseman make plays. 1-1. Fisher at second. Bowen comes set. One look, goes to the plate. Another breaking ball. Try to do it again, but this one was high. Makes the count 2-1. Moving the runner is not a good thing here. You need to try to have him go 180 feet. He takes the 2-1 pitch for ball 3. If he makes an out that lets the runner go from second to third, it's of no consequence. There's no advantage. He's going to score on a base hit most likely anyway. So you really got to get some good swings off, and the 3-1 count's a good time to do it. The 3-1 from Bowen. Fastball popped up shallow right field. The catch is made. No tag attempt. Ball comes back into the infield, and we have 2 outs. Ball was caught in foul and too shallow to try to advance the runner. That'll bring up Jack Ingraham. Jack hit a ball to the warning track in the first inning, caught by the center fielder. And he's up here with a runner in scoring position, 2 outs. The Cougars had a bunch of 2-out knocks yesterday to score runs. We can use another one right now. The 0-0 from Bowen. Slider taken for a strike. That wasn't as hard as the other one he threw. So I think sometimes he just wants to hit at the right-hander's hip and break it over. But when he throws it down the middle and away, it's sharp. And it's an effective pitch. He uses that one to get ahead in the count early, more of a slurvy type ball. And Bowen checks the runner, one look, comes to the plate. Up and in, 1-1. The outfield more deep than shallow. Infield's kind of playing to pinch the middle, giving up the 6 and the 4 holes. And the 1-1. Slider again, the slurvy one. Goes for a called strike, 1-2. I think Coach Seth went home sick. So I'll bet Frank's calling the pitches and the pitch. Slider blocked. Fisher can't advance, although Shasta's catcher played soccer with it for a little while and kicked it around. It's 2-2. 2 outs. Fisher at second. Ingram at the plate. Looking for a 2-out RBI. Stutzman is on deck. The 2-2. Low and away. Ball 3. Shasta's catcher is really struggling. The guy's stuff might be good enough to kind of set him off a little bit. It happens. Fisher with a small lead at second. And the pitch. Slider. Ball 4. The ball gets away from the catcher again. We talked about him struggling. And now he has a pass ball that will allow Fisher to go to third. Ingraham goes to first on ball 4. Yesterday, Frank had Fisher take a one-way lead at first base, daring the Shasta pitcher to pick. He did not, and Fisher stole the base standing up. Ingraham with an okay lead, but not a great lead. A quick pick over there before he was done taking his lead. Runners at the corners, and Stutzman the batter. Struck out his first time, and the 0-0 on the way. Fastball called, strike. Stutzman behind 0-1 with 2 outs. Fisher at third. Ingraham at first. Another pick. Ball comes set. Ingraham with a decent lead. Not running. Slider low and away. In the dirt. This time the catcher makes a nice play, keeping the run from scoring on the ball in the dirt. Count goes to 1-1. Just an average lead for Ingram who can run. He's not stealing. Ground ball is short. 2 hops. Goes over his head. A run will score on a bad hop. So what was a routine inning-ending out goes as a bad hop single for Stutzman. It went clear over his head. He had 0 chance. So the well-placed pebble that they threw on the field before the game gets hit, hops over the shortstop's head, and ties the game for the Cougars. Ingraham at second, Stutzman at first, and Sure the batter. The 0-0. Slider in the dirt, gets away again. We told you he was struggling. The catcher was struggling. Although that's a wild pitch, don't get me wrong. Both runners advance. Ingraham goes to third. Stutzman goes to second. But it's a pitch you got to block. You know it's coming.
Let's go, Maddie. Let's go, baby.
Pitchers like it when they know they can throw their best breaking ball, even if it ends up in the dirt, and know the catcher's going to block it. 1-0 to Sure with the base open. They're not walking him, and another breaking ball or changeup in the dirt. Not a nice block by the Shasta guy. So he's going about 50-50 right now. Maybe a little more than that on the good side. 2 runners in scoring position. 2-0 to Sure. And another slider for a called strike. They're not going to throw him a fastball. They got an open bag. They'd rather take their chances with Rackham, who's in the on-deck circle. So we have a 2-1 count to Sure, the best hitter the Cougs got. And the pitch, another breaking ball, 1 hop to third. He fields it in the air, takes his time, throws the first. He's still out by a step. The Cougs tied the game on a bad hop single, and we'll go to the top of the 4th, all knotted up. So Vanek on the mound in the top of the fourth. He'll be facing Hayes, Edens, and the 0-0. Fastball, ball. The 1-0, something soft, swung and missed. Evens the count at 1-1. One pitch. Dismissed. 2-1 the count. Eden struck out. Two one pitch. Slider swung and missed. Strike two. Vanek has struck out 4 so far. Walked 1. He's pitching here, top of the fourth, no outs. 2-2 pitch to Edens on the way. Popped up, shallow right field. Second baseman goes out. Sayer comes in. Sayer makes the catch. Out number 1. You golfed that here yet? Decent shape. That brings up Julian Escueda. Had a base hit in his last plate appearance. First pitch fastball, ball. He's just missing. Still a little bit up. Up in terms of his thigh high's bad and knee high's good. It's a matter of inches. Something soft in the dirt. 2-0. On the way. Base hit, left field. That'll bring up Joaquin Medina. Strikeout victim his first time. Vanek comes set. Escueda not a base stealing threat. And the first pitch is a ball. He's only attempted 1 steal on the year, and he was safe. Very short lead. And the 1-0, no, before that we have a pickoff. One-0 pitch. Ground ball to the left, base hit through the 6-hole. Rackham got a dive off, couldn't come up with it. Medina has a base hit, and Shasta has runners at first and second with 1 out, and the batter will be A.J. Davies, shortstop, who walked his first time. First and second, 0-0 pitch, breaking ball up. 1-0. That's a dangerous mistake to make with runners in scoring position. Dangerous mistake anytime. Particularly dangerous when you have a runner in scoring position. And in Seth's absence, Donald Warner will make a trip to the mound to talk to Davies, probably about just getting the ball down, getting his ground ball. We'll be back after the meeting. So the meeting's over. Davies still the batter. Runners at first and second for Shasta. Comes set, the pitch. 2-0 in 1-0 in the dirt for 2-0. 2-0, one out. Shasta with runners at first and second. 9-hole hitter Davies up. And ahead in the count 2-0. Everybody's a better hitter on 2-0. The pitch. Low. Wow. There's a break. A pitch low out of the strike zone gets called a strike by the umpire. We'll take it. 2-1. Outfield a little deeper than you would think for the 9-hole guy. We'll check his home run stats in a minute. And the 2-1. Called a strike. No home run for Davies. And the 2-2 on the way. Something low and away. Drives the count to full. Shasta could start the runners here. The batter takes ball 4, swings at anything that's a strike. It's like a hit and run, but you have to take ball 4 on it. He comes set, checks the runner, goes to the plate. Ground ball squibbed to the right side. It was a weird play. It was a weird hop. Perez came to get it. It's going to go as an error on Perez, but a tough luck error. And the runner kind of got in the way a little bit, but there was no contact, which means there's no violation. Davis on with an error, E4, and it's going to bring up the guy that had 3 home runs yesterday, Bowen. Same situation last time up. He was ahead in the count 2-0, and Vanek made a great pitch from him. Here's the 0-0, breaking ball in the dirt. Vanek made a great pitch from him on 2-0 with the bases loaded and popped him up to short. 1 out here. Bowen runs good. He's going to be a really tough double play guy. And the 1-0 on the way. In the dirt again, 2-0. He's too careful right now. You can see it in his eyes. It's almost like he's throwing darts. Trying to place it perfectly in a spot. Just let it go. He ain't Babe Ruth. Just had a good day yesterday. Ball is smashed to right field. The right fielder's going back. He won't get there. 2 runs will score. The ball comes back into the cutoff. They hold the runner at third. Bowen's got a double, 2 more RBIs. And the Cougs trail 3-1. Escueda and Medina score. That brings Keanu Mizuta to the plate. Struck out and a ground out to third in his 2 previous at-bats. Cougars playing the infield back, so they're willing to give up a run for an out. And the pitch. Taken for a ball, 1-0. The pace is slowed. The signs are taking a little bit longer to get in. Vanek, a quick worker. He's in a situation here where he needs to minimize the damage, and the pitch is on the way. It's in the dirt again. 2-0. Davenport, nice job blocking. Not letting the Ridders to advance. 3-1 Shasta here in the top of the 4th. Runners at second, third, 1 out. And Mizuta the batter. The pitch is pretty good, and it goes for a ball. It makes it count 3-0. They'll give in on 3-0, I believe, and then they'll dance around them on 3-1 with the open base. Face the next batter up, Reynolds. Reynolds runs okay, and there's a high strike on 3-0. So now it's 3-1, 1 out. Mizuta the batter. And Cougars playing the infield back. They'll give up the run for the out if they get a ground ball in the middle. Probably the corner, first base probably as well. The 3-1 on the way. Fouled off into the catcher's glove. Strike two. So they threw him something soft on 3-1. He'll get something soft on 3-2 as well. The 3-2 on the way. Yeah, they threw him a. Is that a fastball, guys? Threw a fastball. Might have took it a little bit off it. Sometimes that could be effective. They call it a BP fastball. So still 3-2. Still runners at second and third, and first base still open. The 3-2 to Mizuta. Grind, lost it, guys. Fly ball to right field. Falls, goes to the wall. 2 more runs will score. Mizuta will have a stand-up double. Anybody throw it in the bullpen, guys? Yeah, they were already throwing, and he's ready to come in. The change has been made. Vanek's day's over. Pitched 3 in the third innings. Gave up 5 for this inning. And Drew Bradbury will be the next pitcher for the Cougars. Bradbury will be the new pitcher for the Cougars. He's had 8 appearances with a 3.60 ERA, 2 wins, 1 loss. His whole job in the world right now is to win the lefty-lefty matchup. There is a runner on second base, still 1 out. And the batter is Drew Reynolds. Had a single his last at bat. The pitch. Slider in the dirt. His whole job is to get ground balls. Ground balls, ground ball, ground balls. If he gets a fly ball, it's not what he ideal for him, but we'll take the out. He jams him and he hits a little flare over the third base dugout. Bradbury comes in and inherits a runner at second. He's got a 1-1 count on Drew Reynolds, who had a great February and has cooled off since. The 1-1 on the way. Left it up. The ball's hit well to left, but it's gonna hook foul. Ball was hit really well, and it was a mistake pitch that Bradbury got away with. Just can't make that mistake. Was it one? That's a mistake pitch that he got away with. And the 1-2 on the way to Reynolds. Curveball, I don't know. I have no idea where that missed. But it looked pretty good, and the Cougar bench is grumbling a little bit. They're playing him to pull everywhere, and the outfield is extremely deep. Ingram's holding the runner. Bradbury looks twice, goes to the plate. Called strike 3 on a fastball. He just froze him. Probably was expecting something soft again with the open base and didn't get it. That'll bring up Jocko Cassetti. Jocko might have a home run in the second inning to give the Shasta a short-lived lead. Cougars tied it. The first pitch is a strike. Cougars tied it in the bottom of the third. And Shasta came up with a 4 spot and are still going. But there's 2 outs, runner in scoring position. Perez holding the runner. Bradbury with a couple looks. Comes to the plate. In the dirt. 1-1 to count. Bradbury, another one of those guys that likes to work real quick. Average lead and the pitch. Ground ball to Perez, who doesn't make the play. The ball's going to go in the outfield. The run's going to score. And Corsetti drives in a run on an error by the second baseman. The 9th batter of the inning, Noah Weaver, will be the batter. Runner at first. And the pitch. Ball is hit really hard to left field. It's on a line that might not be high enough to get out. It's not. It's going to be off the wall. They're going to hold the runner at third. Weaver's going to have a stand-up double. But the runner at first could not score as Stutzman got to it quickly and made a very accurate relay throw in. With 2 outs, you're looking to score that runner. But they couldn't because of the good throw by Stutzman to get the ball. Second and third, 2 outs. The 0 pitch to Weaver is in the dirt. Weaver started this all off with a double. First batter of this inning. So they sent 10 to the plate. Still have 2 on base and a pitch. Low and away. Really need this out. 2-0 on the way. Something soft again. That might have been a fastball. Called strike on the outside corner. That's where Bradbury's got to live. Should have been out of the inning. The error by Perez at second allowed the inning to continue and another run to score. Ball's in the dirt. Davenport doing a good job today keeping stuff in the dirt in front of him. He's had several opportunities where the ball got away, a run was scored, and he's kept that from happening every time. Open bag, 3-1 pitch to Eden's about on the way. The kick, the throw, ground ball, 2-hopper to Rackham. Rackham picks it up, throws across the diamond. The inning's over. Shasta scores 5 in the top of the 4th to take a 6-1 lead. It was Weaver back out for Shasta. He's done a decent job. The Cougars were fortunate to score on a bad hop single. The batter will be Zach Rackham. Here's the danger when you don't play good infield play. Your pitchers start thinking they have to make perfect pitches to try to strike people out. In the effort to be too careful, you end up being less successful. It's just human nature. But the 0-0 on the way to Rackham. Slider strike. 0-1. Rackham grounded out to third his last at bat. The pitch, another fastball this time for a strike. 0-2. Pitch. Fastball hit weakly in front of the mound. Bowen jumps off, catches it, throws the first out, number 1, 1-3. And Drew Bradbury will be the batter. Drew struck out looking in the second inning. Bowen is making easy work of things so far. And the 0-0 up. A little giddy up on that. He's a little kind of deceptively fast. And when he throws that slider properly, it's a tough pitch to hit. 1-0 to Bradbury. Fastball, base hit, left field. Bradbury will continue his hot hitting. Zero chance of going to second on the bobble by the left fielder. He's an average runner. That ball was hammered, barreled up. And the batter will be Dax Sayre. Sayre grounded out to short last time. Bradbury not a threat to steal. Bowen comes set. One look, the pitch. Slider. Taken for a ball. One out, one on. Cougs need to chip away. Modest lead. Looks, the pitch. Fastball low. Ball 2. Sayre hitting 341 coming in. He has some offensive talent. Looking to show some right now on a 2-0 pitch from Bowen. Here it is. Fastball hammered to left field, base hit. Bradbury round second, they'll hold him. The ball comes into the shortstop on a short hop. Gets away from him, but Bradbury not able to advance. That'll bring Fisher to play to hit a barreled up single up the middle his last at bat. Scored the Cougars' only run so far when he led off with that single in the third inning. He bats here in the fourth. Runners at first and second. Slider, a swing that he really didn't want to make. He tried to stop it, didn't even come close. Still took a full swing, just slowed his barrel down. And he's he's behind the count at 1. Bowen with a sharp slider. Looks briefly, goes to the plate. Another slider. Just missed the outside corner. 1-1. He hammered the fastball last time. And the count's 1-1 with Bradbury on first and Sayre on second and Sayre on first. Didn't see it, but it was a called strike. We're going to count to 1-2. Logan, a double play candidate. As we said, he has ACL surgery and hasn't got full speed back yet, but has full mobility and can play. And the 1-2 on the way. Fastball looking, strike 3. Not sure what he was looking for, but he's the second out with the backwards K. That'll bring up Juan Perez. I promise you, Juan is thinking one thing, get one run back that he happened to give up. He's been swinging a good bat over the last couple of weeks. And the pitch on the way. Slider, called strike. That was the one on 0-0, he throws it at the righty's hip and breaks it over the plate for a called strike. If you're sitting dead red 0-0, you're not going to swing at it. 0-1 with Bradbury at second. Sayre at first to pitch. Slider. Strike two. So Perez down 0-2. Outfield kind of shallow. Perez showed some pop yesterday. Bradbury with a really decent lead at second. The 0-2. Wanted to see if they chase the fastball up. He didn't. Count now goes to 1-2. Cougs down 5. Bottom of the fourth. Needed 2 out knocked that we were talking about they had yesterday. And the pitch on the way. Slider called, strike 3. Thread over, Cougars done in the fourth. We'll go to the fifth. Cougs chasing 5. Perez will be replaced in the batting order by Caden Cripps, who will move to third, and Rackham will move to second. Tough day for Juan. 0 for 2 with 2 errors. The first error was a tough luck error. It was just, it's a hard play. You go in the line, you want to get the hop you want to get, and you didn't because the runner was in your way. He had to take another step up and instigate that contact. Goes as an error, and then he made another tough error going to his left, and Coach Frank saw to replace him. That'll bring Julian Escueda to the plate. 2 for 2 and a run scored. And that first pitch is hit deep to right field off the right-handed bat. Sayre's back. That ball's going to carry out. Opposite field home run by Julian Escueda. Ball was hit good, but balls don't carry to right off right-handed bats like that. And that one got out of the park. Escueda leads off the fifth with a home run, increasing the lead to 7-1. And that'll bring Joaquin Medina to the plate. I'll tell you what, I was assistant coach here for 6 years, head coach for 10, and the 0 on the way to Medina pops him up to the infield. With the breeze, it's probably going to carry out a play, and does. And I don't know if I've seen that happen. I don't know if a ball hit off a right-handed bat, hit that high, has gone out of the park. The wind didn't help him. It just hit the ball well the other way. And now we go back into this, the issue of finding a pitcher that can throw up zeros. They need to start running up Bones' pitch count. He hasn't that many innings. He hasn't that many outings. The 0-1 pitch to Medina, called, strike 2 on a fastball away. So I like that Bradbury comes right back with 2 quality strikes after giving up the opposite field home run. I hate it when pitchers go 2-0 after a home run. Here's the 0-2. Slider in the dirt, a great spot for his 0-2 pitch. And makes count 1-2. Medina 0 for 1. Got on base by one of Perez's errors and walked in the second inning. The 1-2 pitch from Bradbury, up and away, 2-2. Medina, the 8-hole, Then we'll have Davies, and then back to that dangerous top of the order with those first three guys for Shasta. And the pitch. Well, it was really a good pitch, and it's called a ball. And Frank's chirping a little bit. He should be. That pitch was strike three. See if it hurts Bradbury or not. The 3-2 on the way. Fastball up. He chased ball four. And it will redo 3-2 all again. 3-2, nobody out. 7-1 Shasta in the fifth. Here's the pitch. Fouled off again. If you take yesterday's game into consideration, Shasta has scored in a lot of different innings. 3-2, breaking ball, swung and missed. Strikeout, records the first out of the inning to Medina. And he'll face 9-0 hitter Davies. I think I read you Davies' line last time instead of Medina. Medina had struck out and singled. Medina has a walk and an error on second base. On one line drive crushed right to third baseman, and Cripps makes the play, standing in place at his ankle. So a hard ball hit, but goes for an out. Cougs have 2 outs and nobody on base. And a perfect time to face Bowen with nobody on. Lefty-lefty matchup again. The pitch. Called strike. Cougar defense in the outfield very deep, and infield swung way to the pull side. The pitch from the left-hander. Slider hit the medium, deep center field. Sure is there and makes the catch. They retire Bowen again, but the leadoff home run by Escueda increases Shasta's lead 7-1 after 4.5. The Cougar needs base runners. Davenport will be the batter who flew out to right field last time. Bowen has pitched well so far. And the 0-0, Davenport hits a 2-hopper to short. High hop again, takes it on the move, throws across the diamond. Davenport first pitch out. 6-3. Cougs got to think about taking some pitches and running up some pitch counts. Try to get to Shasta's bullpen, which has not proven to throw up a lot of zeros. 1 out, Ingraham the batter. The 0-0 pitch on the way. Fastball taken for a strike. Sometimes that ball comes out of his hand pretty special. Ingraham digs back in. And here's the 0-1. Slider taken. The catcher's glove literally hit the ground on the catch. Now Frank's been officially warned now by the umpire. I guess it's Frank's fault that this guy's zone was kind of a zoo. Now he says something to the stands. Hey, this guy's somebody. I just don't know who. And the pitch. Fastball up, taken 1-2 count. Yeah, we all came here to see that home plate umpire hump. Slider way in the dirt. And Ingraham now we'll see a 2-2 pitch from Bowen. If everybody gets to see him 5 pitches for the next 2 innings, he'll be done. But we continue to make early outs in the count, and the 2-2 on the way. Ground ball, 2-hopper to short again. Throws across the diamond, and Altuve, I call him Altuve because he's short. But Ingraham is an out, 6-3. Ingraham has had an incredible season, offensively and defensively. He's proven to be a hell of a player. And the batter is Stutzman, who takes the first pitch fastball for a strike.
This guy's probably 86, 87. Yeah.
0-1. Fastball up, 2-1, 1-1. 2 outs. That's when the batter with Sure on deck. Ball comes set and the pitch. Slider, check swing is going to be a strike, and it was.
Let's go, Stuart. Come on, babe.
So Caden, another check swing. He's had several this game already. That's a sign of too much thinking. Thinking's not good. And the 1-2 pitch. Slider at his. Okay, here, I'm going to just be a little pissed off right now. That umpire has not had that kind of enthusiasm on a third called strike all game long. And all of a sudden, him and Frank have a little chirping episode, and how he's real emphatic with the called third strike. That's the end of 5. The Cougs trailing 7-1. Top of 6, Bradbury still on the mound for the Cougars. Shasta will be sending 2-hole hitter, Keanu Mizuta, to the plate. He's got a double in 3 tries. Bradbury waits, and the pitch. Fastball low and away. Ball 1. There's a little bit of a grudge going right now. It shouldn't be. The kids had nothing to do with it. They got to keep them out of it. But right now it looks a bit slanted. The fastball low for 2. And it could all be just coincidence, too. It's not. I'm not saying the umpire's sitting there intentionally calling, better pitches for Shasta. I'm a Cougar fan, and and the ball's hit center field. Sure's at the warning track. Makes the catch. The ball's hit really well by Mizuta, but goes for an out, F8. I don't want to make it sound like he's slanting the game. He's not. It just looks like we've gotten the hard end of the zone. Frank chirped. He makes a production out telling Frank to knock it off. Instead of just going to the deck and saying, enough, Frank, you're warned. He makes a production. Then on his way back to the plate, he talks to the crowd about quieting down. And the 0 on the way to Drew Reynolds, called strike. You're supposed to be noticed but not seen if you're an umpire. Just fair foul. The 0-1 bounces, runs the count to 1-1. Fair foul, out safe, ball strike. That's all anybody needs to see from you. And it's hard when umps or coaches and fans are chewing on you. The 1-1, called strike. Bradbury hit of a dangerous hitter, 1-2. Reynolds 1 for 3. Got a backwards K, thinking slider last time. Might do it again. Fastball again. He tried to sneak it by him again, and only for a ball. I see him working. Nice play. Nice call. Nice sequence. Okay. And the 2-2 slider is struck out on a swing. Gets away from the catcher who throws him out to first base. And 2 quick outs. That'll bring up Giacomo Crucetti. Hit a home run his first at bat. Got on by an error and flew out. Nobody on. Base hit up the middle. Ball barreled up pretty good too. It was another waist high. Shasta's swinging. Like yesterday, they played old country baseball. Today's the same thing. Shasta with no chance for the playoffs. They have a good club. Lost too many games down the stretch and cost them their playoff spot because they were ranked for a while. But they're loose and they're hitting mistakes. Runner on first, 2 outs. Bradbury's delivery to the batter, Weaver. 1-0 to Weaver. Weaver with a base hit and a double and a strikeout. There's the pickoff, back safely. Crucetti, 5 stolen bases, hasn't been caught yet. 7-1 lead. And the pitch. He's stealing first movement. The ball's taken. Davenport bobbles. No throw will be made. So Crucetti will be 6 for 6 in stolen bases on the year on his stand-up steal on that play. Shasta has another runner in scoring position. There are 2 outs. The count is 2-0 to Weaver, who has 2 base hits already today. Bradbury checks him twice. Leg kick to the plate. Ground ball out of Tuvi's reach on the dive. The runner's going to score. Weaver has a 2-out RBI single, and the lead is now 8-1 Shasta. Bradbury, the pitcher, is going to be removed from the mound, but will remain in the game because he is listed as the DH. 2 out, nobody on, base hit, stolen base single accounts for a run for Shasta, making it the mountain bigger and bigger for the Cougars to climb. But they can. They got to within, 6? Had the bases loaded last night. And, they were 2 swings away from being right back in the game. It didn't work out for them. Plus, Frank had subbed everybody. I think everybody was a pinch hitter in the 9th. And the new pitcher will be Trevor Laughlin will be the new pitcher. And we'll be back after the warm-ups. Laughlin, the new pitcher, has wrapped up his warm-ups. He inherits a runner at first base. He'll be facing Hayde Edens, who's 0 for 3 on the day. Laughlin's 18th appearance, leads the team in appearances with a 4.01 ERA. He struck out 26 and walked 6. It's a good ratio. And the first pitch, he does a one hop to the Ingraham could not make the backhanded play that was crushed at him. Is we going Walker error on that? Error walk. Oh, and Phil Fetterman, the voice of the Cougars, goes hit. Edens has a base hit. Laughlin's first pitch to Escueda is a strike on a breaking ball, swung and missed. Yeah. Escueda homered, singled, and singles. Had a hell of a day so far. And another swing and a miss on a slider. Count goes to 0-2. Runners at first and second for Shasta. And Escueda in the hole 0-2. Don't think there'll be a fastball thrown anywhere near the zone for the next couple pitches. Checks the runner. Fastball thrown intentionally off the plate to try to get him to chase. The ball was off. It's a great 0-2 pitch. It's not a strike, but it's exactly where he wanted it. He can go back to the slider now, or he can go fastball in slightly off the plate. He's thinking slider, 100%. There's the slider. He pops it up weakly, out of play, behind the first base dugout. Really, it might sound silly in an 8-1 game, but we got to get these out. We have to have these guys out. We got to quit making that mountain bigger. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss on a slider, strike 3. Innings over, threat over. Shasta scores 1, and the lead is now 8-1. Bowen coming back out for inning number 6. He's been real sharp, keeping the Cougars hitters off balance. Still have to try to run his pitch count up. And Sure will be leading off. The 0-0 down for ball 1.
That was when he did
The 1-0's in the dirt, 2-0. So we're seeing more pitches. People stirring in Shasta's bullpen. His pitch count's got to be up there for a guy who hasn't thrown that much this year, but he's been incredibly good today. And he's 3-0. Ball went about 55 feet. That is a sign that someone could be getting tired. And I hope he is. And that one kind of almost skips to the plate as well. 4 straight pitches to Sure, and it's a runner on first for the Cougs. Rackham the batter, 0 for 2. Ground to third, ground to pitcher. Sure, definite base stealing threat, but the score dictates that it's not the time for that. The 0 on the way. Fastball. Real good. Strike one. So we have 0-1 count to Rackham. Check sure. He's not running. Slider hit well to center field. Center field is going to track it down, makes the catch. Rackham will be out number one, and Sure retreats back to first.
Let's go, Drew.
Bradbury will be the batter. He was taken out of the game as a pitcher, but remains in as the DH. Had 3 hits yesterday, maybe more, and had a hit today, too. Ball's looking real big to Drew right now. The 0-0 slider way up. He's got to be getting tired. Somebody's doing some stretching in Shasta's bullpen. He's missed short 3 times and up now. And the ball that Rackham hit was hit on the nose to left center field that the center fielder tracked down. You got to think he's getting a little bit tired. Fastball up that Bradbury swings through to drive it to 1-2. Bowen came in with 14 innings pitched on the season. And he's working in the 6th right now. He's pitched 5 1/3, giving up 5 singles. The pitch up. 2-2. Runner on first, 1 out. Bradbury, a ground ball double play candidate, runs below average, but swinging a real hot bat. Bowen comes set, the 2-2. Slider in the dirt. Bradbury takes it again. Real good pitch, especially with 2 strikes, but Bradbury saw it early enough where he could lay off it, drive the count full. Now, if you want to run Sure, it's not all that bad of an idea. He's not running. The ball was hit weakly to the first base side, foul. Sayer on deck. Sayer had to single his last at bat. We'll do 3-2 all over again. Sure with just an average lead, a plus runner, and a pitch. Fly ball hit to center field. Hit well, but it's going to be a routine catch and out. And Bradbury's retired F8. That'll bring Sayer up.
Let's go, Dak.
Part of the issue about falling behind and falling behind by a touchdown is a lot of the short game offense is now eliminated from the Cougars' repertoire. They try to manufacture runs, and it's hard to manufacture 7. The 0-0 pitch, kind of thrown high and tight. Sayer takes it for a ball. Sayer had 1-0, and Bowen's pitch. Fastball. Ball, 2-0. Sure can steal on his own from time to time. Not the time. Short lead. Bowen comes set, checks the runner, goes to the plate. Fastball hit the pretty good center field. I don't think anybody's going to get there. Right center field, it's going to fall in. Sure is going to score easily. Sayer's in second with a stand-up double. Cougs get 1. Looking for more with Sayer at second base. 2 outs. And Logan Fisher, the batter. So the leadoff walk scores. Cuts into the lead. And Fisher, who had a base hit run scored in the 3rd and a backwards K in the 4th, will be the hitter here with 2 outs. And Sayer on second. Another 2-out hit for the Cougs. We're going to need more. And then we got to find a guy that's going to throw up zeros on the board. Can't trade run for run. The math won't work out. Fisher 0-0, the pitch from Bowen. Sharp breaking ball. for a strike. That's his strikeout one. He didn't start it at him and break it over. He started that over and out, and it was a good pitch. Called a strike on the outside corner. The 0-1 to Fisher on the way. Another one, same pitch. 0-2. Took the second one. Could try to expand on the outside part. Could see if he wants to chase something up. But it's 0-2, Fisher in the hole. Ball comes set and the pitch. A fastball that he snuck by him. Thinking breaking ball. And just couldn't react to the fastball. And Fisher's retired, but the Cougars get one. And after 6 full, 8-2 Knights. Laughlin back out. He came in the 6th with 2 outs with runners on base and got out of it with a swing and miss slider. He's on the mound here in the 7th. He'll be facing the 8-hole hitter, Joaquin Medina. No more, right? Medina with 2 punch outs and a single run score. Takes the first pitch low for a ball. This game's moving at a quicker pace, obviously, than yesterday, but then again, everything would move faster than yesterday did. Slider swing and a miss. Pitch called to strike. Count goes to 1-2. Yes. 1-2 goes to 2-2. 2-2 on the way. Slider fouled off. 2-2. So the 2-2. We need outs. And the pitch. Fastball hit the medium deep center field. Sure is there. The ball just keeps carrying. Excuse me, folks. That ball carried out of the park. It wasn't barreled, just lifted. The wind didn't help it. It just kept going and sure climbed the fence to try to bring it back and couldn't. And it's a leadoff home run for Medina here in the top of the 7th. And the Knights get the 1 run that they just gave up back in a hurry. And the batter will be A.J. Davies. The Cougar pitchers have gave up a lot of home runs last weekend, and they're giving up a lot this weekend. The first pitch is a ball. 9-2 Knights, no outs, top of 7. 9-hole Davies up. There's something being said, something happening between the catcher and the hitter, which probably started with the hitter and the pitcher. No love lost between the 2 teams. They had a little love fest in a game last year. And the slider's in the dirt. I'd pop this guy just on general principles, but it's just not what the game's played that way anymore. It's too bad. It was a fun part of the game. 2-0 pitch in the dirt, ball 3. We talked about earlier, Bradbury gave up a home run, came back and went 0-2. Laughlin gives up a home run and goes 3-0. And the 3-0 delivery is a fastball up, ball 4. Runner on first, no outs. Leadoff hitter, Bowen the batter, dangerous hitter. Checks the runner at first, goes to the plate, fastball strike. Gets a hit 0-1. We've kept Bowen in check today. 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. 1 for 4 with a double and run scored. Let's keep that trend. 0-1, runner at first. Bowen the batter. About the best thing that could happen right now is that Bowen tires himself out somehow. We talked earlier, he's only thrown 14 innings all year. If he goes back out, he's already completed 7. The 1-1 to Bowen. Ball's it on the handles, flip 6-4, and ball hit too weakly to get the double play. Everybody did everything right. It's just a weak ground ball, and the velocity off the bat was not enough to allow the speedy Bowen to be doubled off. Frank has a question about whether he stayed on the base, I think. The 2 umpires will consult.
Hello, everyone. It's Gavin and Wade here. So what's going on here is the umpire isn't very happy with the fans right now and is trying to figure out if there's a way he can get most of them to leave and kick them out. Coach Yo had to go onto the field and discuss the situation, and it looks like they're about to play ball. They're saying that Cookie came off the bag at first, and so the runner stays at first. We have 0-0, number 24 up with 1 out.
Okay, I had to do some AD stuff. There's 1 out. There's a pick. The umpire informed me that spectators are no longer saying anything rude to the umpires, which I kind of think was spectators are supposed to do at home when things are not going well for the umpires or for our team. 1-0 pick. There's a pick before the 1-0. He's back safely. One out. Bowen can run. They'd be silly to run him since he's pitching such a good game as right now. And Lassen goes to the plate. They pitch out. They back pick. Ball gets past Cook. And Bowen Vivencio at least second, and second is all.
Strike, right?
So Bowen ends up at second. Mizuta still the batter. 1 hit and 4 appearances. Doubled and scored a run. Bowen at second. Ingram trying to get him close. Laughlin's pitch, the base hit through the 4-hole. They're bringing Bowen home. The ball's cut off by Cook, deflected in part. Davenport runs to retrieve it, gets timeout. Shasta scores again. And they'll have a runner on first base on the 1-out single by Mizuta.
Second baseman, number 17, Drew Reynolds.
2 runs scored so far with 1 out, runner on first base, and Drew Reynolds will be the batter. The 0-0 to Reynolds. In the dirt. Ball 1. I don't understand it. You know, spectators, as long as they don't swear, get personal or racial, or should be able to bag on an umpire if he doesn't do his job well. And that's up to the crowd. But if it's vulgar, it's not allowed. It wasn't that I know of. I asked him as the 1-0 goes to 2-0. I asked him what were the particulars. They said he couldn't respond. He's on me and on the base umpire is all I got. And so I told the fans that, hey, the guy wants you to stop. That's the way it has to be. And it's 2-0. The pitch. Strike 1. Count goes to 2-1. Frank has been unhappy with the umpiring yesterday and today. He's not very happy with his pitchers either. But pitchers aren't getting paid. The umpires are. And the 2-1 on the way. Swing and miss and a fastball up. So instead of being 3-1, it's now 2-2. Reynolds has some pop in that bat. 2 runs in, 1 run on, 1 out. The pitch hits him. Hit him in the knee. He'll be on base by the hit batsman. And Mizuta will go to second. That'll bring up Giacomo Crissetti. Crissetti with a home run and a single in 4 at-bats. Scored 2 runs. Cougs have some work to do. Get out of this and then get some runs. So Davenport said something, the catcher, that the home plate umpire wanted to pout about. And he did. He called no pitch. 0-0 will be done all over again because somebody was upset. Slider popped up, fouling out of play. Oh, 1 out. 2 runs in for Shasta, and the lead is 10-2. Laughlin trying to pitch out of it, and the pitch. Slider, ground ball to Cripps. Hits off his chest, tags the runner going from second to third. No other play. So after the bobble, a very good play by Cripps to tag the runner out. We have 2 outs, runners on first and second. Noah Weaver will be the batter. 2 hits and 4 tries.
Batter number 15, Noah Weaver.
So the 0 to Weaver. It's the same slider that Bowen's been throwing, that you start at the hip and break over the plate. This one went for a ball. And the count's 1-0. Cougs looking for an out and some runs. Slider in the dirt, 2-0. Let's just call it. The umpires are not the problem right now. The zone's been a little bit drifty, but not the problem. Giving up too many hits is. We have runners at first and second. 2-0 count, 2 outs. Fastball, good swing and fouled off. Weaver fouls off the 2-0. Count goes to 2-1. 2 outs. Runners at first and second for Shasta. The pitch on the way. Slider, no swing. Oh, he called a swing. He called a swing. There's no need to call it. I don't. So Coach Rupert has a brief discussion with the home plate umpire who is just out of his mind right now. Or just I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. I don't think I've ever seen like this. Now he's flat out showing the umpire up, and fans from both teams are applauding him. He congratulated his hitter very loudly that he didn't swing, which meant the umpire was wrong again. And now they're going to meet and talk and, soothe everybody over. And hopefully the base umpire is telling him to relax, man. Your whole game's ball, strike, fair, foul, out, safe. I've never seen act like this. But the count's 2-2, 2 outs. Let's get back to business now and forget the umpires. Weaver's at the plate. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. The pitch. Fastball away. 3-2. Coach Rupert from Shasta objected to the check swing. He didn't even ask for help. It wasn't a check swing. The base umpire would not have called it a strike. He didn't ask for help. And that's what Rupert's problem was. Slider goes foul ball, hit hard down the left field line, foul. And when you're a coach and you're arguing and you have a 10-2 lead, something's going on. More than they need. Just do the job. Everybody do their job. 3-2, 2 outs. Runners will be going. He'll have to go across the diamond on the ground ball. And the pitch. Ball hit well down the left field line. This one's going to stay fair. 2 runs are going to score. Weaver's going to have a stand-up double and 2 more RBIs. And Frank's on his way to the mound. Pitching change on the way. And we'll be back. So Laughlin's day is done. McDonald comes in. He's a gamer. I like this kid. He'll do whatever he asks. He'll play left field. He'll bat. He'll pitch in relief. He'll get starts on the mound. Very competitive guy. Very athletic off the mound. Did he pitch yesterday, guys? Didn't pitch yesterday at all?
Yeah, he did. He pitched after Chapel. Yeah.
He had a relief appearance yesterday. Wasn't very effective. Doesn't change your competitiveness at all. Sometimes you just don't have it. Shasta's getting a little bit chirpy, and it ain't going to bother him at all. I think the chatter bothered Lassen a little bit. This will be an interesting conversation with the umpires after the game. McDonald's wrapping up his warm-up pitches. Hayes Edens will be the batter. 1 for 4. The 9th batter of the inning. In an inning that Shasta scored 4 so far, there is 2 outs. It's been a crazy day. I thought yesterday was crazy. Today's almost kind of weirder. There's an 0-0 count with 2 outs. McDonald comes set, goes to the plate. Fastball, called a strike at the waist. So whatever Davenport said to whoever he said it to, I'm sure it wasn't to the umpire. I think it was to Shasta's hitter. Just kind of set the umpire off to have a bad day. 0-1. Breaking ball. Hit the medium deep right field. Ball's caught. Innings over. Shasta scores 4 and leads 12-2. We got to go. Turn that off. We got.
Department has been paying tribute to individuals in our community who have a connection to Lassen College and through their efforts have contributed to Lassen College athletics or to the community at large. Today we have the privilege to honor 2 such people. Joining Athletic Director Glen Yonan at home plate is longtime Cougar Court Cortez. Court was born in Lafayette, Louisiana, where he was a standout high school athlete. After graduation, Court decided to further his baseball career at Lassen, playing under Hall of Fame coach Steve Abney. Under the tutelage of Abney, Court turned in 2 all-conference seasons for the Cougars, received an AA degree, and accepted a baseball scholarship to Division I University of Alabama, Birmingham. Upon ending his playing career, Court returned to Lassen to coach under Abney for 3 years. When Abney departed and Glen Yonan took over, Court took over the top assistant role, where he remained for 8 years. Over his 11 years, Court was part of 7 GVC championships, 10 postseason appearances, and 2 trips to the Final Four, the smallest school to ever accomplish such a feat. Coach Yonan added, "I owe a large part of my success and Hall of Fame induction to Court. His knowledge of the game and ability to communicate with players assisted in keeping Lassen a baseball powerhouse in the state. While we worked together, he wrote every lineup, and I counted heavily on his game and practice knowledge as well as his knowledge of the rule book." After leaving coaching to pursue his current career, he continued to be a large part of the athletic department, helping with renovation of Lassen College softball field, as well as helping with maintenance and repairs at Memorial Park. Court has been and is still a great resource of information for coaches and our staff. Some of you may also know Court as the lead guitar player for Susanville's classic rock band, Timeless. Please join me and all of us in thanking Court for his playing and coaching career at Lassen, for the hundreds of young people he's influenced, as well as continued support of LCC Athletic Department. Also joining Glen Yonan at home plate, well, on the grass here is Steve Robertson. Now, Steve grew up in Orange, California. He's probably a Dodger fan. We won't hold that against him. He was an exceptional baseball player, and after going on to Orange Coast College, he accepted a baseball scholarship to Chapman College, winning a Division II national championship in his junior year. When his playing days were done, Steve moved to Northern California and was hired by the Susanville School District. Taught for 32 years. Steve was also the head baseball coach at Lassen High School, where he won 7 league championships, 3 section championships, and was a power in the old Eastern Athletic League. Steve coached and has been involved in the American Legion program here for over 4 decades. He is the sole reason that it has continued to exist. He has assisted in other sports at Lassen High School, as well as volunteer coaching at Lassen College in both baseball and softball. He's also spent time as a history professor at the college. Tyler Robertson, his son, played on the championship teams at Lassen College and accepted a Division I baseball scholarship to Centenary College. One of Steve's biggest contributions is the relentless work he has put in at Memorial Ballpark. According to Coach Yonan, over the last 40 years, Steve has had firsthand involvement in all of the renovations and upkeep of this venue, and he's a huge reason for the beautiful ballpark that we enjoy here today. So please join us in thanking Steve for all of his work for all of us here in the community.
Should we say something?
No.
All right, we're back. We gave an award to Steve Robertson and Court Cortez for their loyalty to Lassen College athletics and their careers here. Took a little longer than we wanted it to. We had a little argument at home plate where a coach was ejected from the game. It took longer than I thought. Now the count goes to 2-0 to Caden Cripps. Is that who it is? Cripps came in for Perez. He's having his second at bat of the weekend and his first today. Cripps draws a 4-pitch walk. So the length of the outing, there is a guy throwing in Shasta's bullpen. I'm sure Coach Rupert and Coach Bentley have just kept asking Bowen if his arm's good, and he's giving them a yes, and they keep sending him out. He still looks sharp. The first 4-pitch walk he's given up. A fastball down the middle, strike one to Davenport.
Let's go, Ashley. Come on, Bit.
Won't be any short game going. We just got to hit our way back into it. Davenport behind 0-1, and the pitch. Slider low and away. Ball one. 1-1, no outs. Cripps at first. Cougs chasing 10. One pitch. Fouled off. Got a piece of the catcher. He seems to be okay. Davenport falls behind 1-2. One, two. And he holds up on a slider. No swing, says the base umpire. He finally asked for help. Hadn't all day, been making them all on his own. He asked for help, and it goes as a no swing, and Davenport evens the count at 2-2. The pitch. Fastball, ground ball to third. Goes to second for one, on to first. There'll be no play there. He say ball gets by the first baseman. Davenport's going to try to advance. The catcher backing up. An ill-advised hustle play by Davenport. What happened?
Save.
Called him out at first, didn't he?
Yeah, out of first, save it.
No, didn't he call him out initially? Or he called him safe?
Save.
Okay, well, it was ill-advised still, but he did get a safe call. When you're down 10, you can't make bang-bang plays. Safe or out, it's a mistake. It's good hustle. Love seeing that, but it's too big of a risk when you're down so much. So the ball goes 6-4, and then an error on the second baseman for throwing the ball wide of first and letting the runner advance from first to second. The catcher did a great job of getting there, backing up through a laser to second. I don't know why he was safe, but they called him safe. The Cougs have a run on second with one out. And there's a ball hit to the right center field gap. Right fielder dives, not going to get there. Ingraham has a 0-0 double to right field. Davenport scores.
How much you did?
Davenport scores off the one-out double by Ingraham, and Stutzman will be the batter. But not till after a long, slow walk by pitching coach John Bentley. Bowen has done an excellent job today on the mound. Came in only throwing 14 innings. He's in his 8th inning of work right now. Inning of work? Is it only the 7th?
Yeah.
So he's in his 7th inning of work right now. And there'll be a long talk to just kind of let the bullpen guy get going a little bit. And the home plate umpire is going to let him have a long one. The base umpire looks at the home plate umpire and says, go out there and break it up, because that's the home plate umpire's job, not the base umpire. Bentley's still out there. Now the umpire makes it to the dirt, and Bentley turns and goes back to the dugout. The score is 12-3. There's one out, and the batter will be Stutzman with Ingraham at second base after doubling in a run. Slider off the catcher's glove. He makes a great play, dives, tries to get there, and does. It's a spectacular play by the pitcher. That ball was rocketed off Stutzman's bat. Ball is hit as hard as any ball hit today. He knocked it down, ran 30 feet, grabbed it, threw off balance to the first baseman, and they get a speedy Stutzman out. What a play. Stutzman out, tough luck, 1-3. And sure is the batter. Breaking ball low and away, ball one, 2 outs, runner on third base. Cougs have scored 1 this inning. They have 7 outs left to find a way to score a lot more runs. Can't say enough about the effort Bowen has given today. The 1-0 to Sure. Fastball grounded in the 6-0 base hit. Ingraham will score. Sure has his first hit of the day. And it comes another one with 2 outs and an RBI as Ingram scores. 2 outs, runner on first base. 12-4 to score. Rackham will be the batter. Zach Rackham, 0 for 3. Ground to third, ground to pitcher, F8. The 0 to Rackham. Slider taken for a ball.
Let's go, Zach. Let's
So
go,
maybe
baby.
the ejection fired the Cougars up a little bit. They have some life. Ground ball to third. Eats him up for an E5. Rackham's on by the error by the third baseman. Schurz at second. Rackham at first. And Drew Bradbury will be the batter who's been hitting everything in sight. That ball is 8 to third baseman up. Brad Rupert's on his way to the mound to make the pitching change. I don't usually compliment opposing teams very often, but Bowen has done one heck of a job on the mound for Shasta. I'm sure he'll remain in the game somehow. He probably was listed as pitcher DH, I'm going to imagine. And the change has been made, and we'll be back. We're back. Jay Mendez, new pitcher for Shasta, 1-0 in 8 appearances, 5.87 ERA, and he's thrown 23 innings. He'll be facing Drew Bradbury, who is on fire. Little sidearm pitch grounded back to the mound on 0-0. They'll be out of it. Mendez comes in, gets a 1-pitch out, and the threat's over, but the Cougars do tally 2. And at the end of 7 full, the score is 12-4. Shasta. Okay, well, my boy JD went out and gave the umpire a piece of his mind during the 7th inning stretch, and he's no longer with us. But McDonald is, and he's back on the mound, and he'll be facing Edens. Goes the first pitch strike. Is this Escueda?
Number 11, yeah.
Sorry, man. It's Julian Escueda. He's down 0-1 in the count. McDonald's offering. Fastball hit. Flare to right field's going to get foul. So Escueda has had a heck of a day, too. 3 for 4 with a home run. 2 runs scored. But McDonald's ahead of him 0-2 in the count. Cougs has 6 outs left to try to bring this team back from 8 runs. McDonald's has to hold him right there. The 0-2, breaking ball up, 1-2. That's the mistake that's been hurting the Cougars all weekend. It didn't hurt them because it was up and away, but the breaking ball is not meant to be there. They have to start making better pitches on 0-2 to make the 1-2 easier. And the 1-2 on the way. Fastball in the dirt. 2-2. Two. McDonald rocks, pitches. Foul out of play.
Let's go, J-Mac. Come on, babe.
Desperate need of a 0. And it starts with the leadoff batter. Got to keep him off base. 7, 8, 9 due up for Shasta. And the 2-2. Low and away. Ball 3. The home plate umpire has had enough of everybody. He's had enough of the coaches and the stands. And I know they got on him. I don't know what was said, but he had enough. And the 3-2 is a single up the middle. Shasta has another leadoff batter on. So Escueda singles with no outs and is running at first base. The batter will be Joaquin Medina. Medina also with a home run on a ball that carried incredibly to center field. He's got 2 for 4 with a home run, a single, and 2 runs scored in the 0-0 offering. Breaking ball up, ball 1. John went a little old school on that guy in the argument. Just frustrating weekend, frustrating job behind the plate. And the 1-0 is a ball for 2-0. Who we got left in the bullpens, guys? Who's fresh? Anybody? Nate Rowley's still in the bullpen, still fresh. Did not throw yesterday and had a great outing against Butte last week. And there's a pickoff in an 8-run game. Escueda with 1 stolen base. He has no lead. We need to start working on hitters, guys. And the 2-0, another pick. He's safe. Cook throwing a little leather. A couple hard tags at first. I like it. Still 2-0. Still no out. Still a runner at first base. And the 2-0 offering from McDonald. Fastball right by him. 2-1. Don't know how Medina runs. Don't know if the double play is viable or not. But hit hard enough, anybody can be doubled off, no matter how fast they are. And I have no idea how fast he runs. The 2-1. Called strike on the inside corner, 2-2. Top of 8, Cougs down 8. 2-2 count to Medina. And Escueda is at first after a leadoff single. McDonald comes set. The 2-2 on the way. Now there's a pick. He's back really easily. I'm not sure why we're so worried about that guy. One stolen base, no lead. We need to get batters out. The ball is in a good guy's hand. He's a gamer guy. Won't back down from competition. And the 2-2 on the way. Base hit to left field. Hit off the end of the bat, but hooking is going to allow the runner to. It will go as a double. It was a little soft liner off the end of the bat that kept hooking. It landed in fair ball territory and just kept rolling away. And by the time Stutzman got it, Medina had a stand-up double. Davies will be the batter. 1 for 3. 0 for 2 with 2 walks. No outs. Cougars have to play the infield in and do play the infield in. The 0-0. Ball's hit pretty deep left center field. Scher's going to track it down. He's going to catch it. The runner will tag from third. He'll score easily. Scher makes a great throw back into the infield. And the sacrifice fly gets Davies an RBI. Scoring Escueda. And Medina had to stay at third. And we come back to the top of the order with the 3 lefties. Bowen, Mizuta, and Reynolds, who have rained havoc in these 2 games. Bowen, the pitcher, now just the DH. Slider, low and away, ball 1. Done a pretty good job on Bowen today. 1 hit and 5 at-bats. Did double and did score a run. (13-4). McDonald, long look at second. And a pitch to Bowen. Low and away, ball 2.
Dad, are those gardening gloves? I was looking at them. It's like gardening gloves or work gloves.
Grip gloves.
I mean, custom baseball gloves, but they do look like gardening.
So 2-0. Ingram holding the runner hard at second. And the 2-0 offering to Bowen is a ball hit. X goes out of the park. Bowen with his 4th home run in 2 days. Increases the lead 13-5? 15-4? 15-4. Bowen takes his time going around the bases. But after you hit a ball that far, that ball was really rocked. Long ball.
Where is that? 3 today?
Hurts the Cougs again.
What is that? 3 today?
3rd run comes across. We have 1 out, nobody on base here in the 8th. Cougs down 11, and the 0 offering to the switch hitter Mizuta. Mizuta was 1 for 4 when hitting from the left side and 1 for 1 hitting from the right side. Scored 2 runs. And the 1-0 for McDonald. Fastball popped up to the infield a mile high. Cook calls it. He's under it. Catches it. Falls down. But makes the catch. And out number 2's in the books. P3. That'll bring Drew Reynolds to the plate with nobody on.
It's like arcing towards you, but infields are straight up. Yeah, I hate infield pop-ups.
2 outs, nobody on. Lefty-lefty matchup. McDonald versus Reynolds. A while to get the sign right. Now they're on the same page. McDonald comes set, kicks, throws. Way up. Way up. So we got a little bit of a brouhaha going.
What?
John Bentley took up exception to the fastball that was near the head of Reynolds. And Frank took exception to Bentley calling him out on it. Both teams are arguing with the umpires.
That's wild.
Frank goes back in church. Both coaches go back to their dugouts.
He was talking to J-Mac, bro. That's no.
Let's fucking play. Let's go.
Well, this is what happens. Games get out of line. Guys hit a home run and take their time going around the bases, and feelings get going.
We can do that.
Last game of the season for Shasta. Lassen has hopes for the playoffs. And the 1-0 breaking ball. Ball 2.
Let's go, J-Mac. Come on, babe.
I don't think they were trying to hit him. I think J-Mac was going to let a ball go and see what happened. It did end up dangerously high near the head, and Coach Bentley took exception to it. I think we all would have. The 1-1, 2-1 called a strike. So we're 2-1 now?
Yeah.
Sorry, 2-1 now. 2 outs.
Talking to J-Mac.
I'm going to have to go and make sure the umpires get to their cars okay after this game. As Reynolds fouls off the 2-1.
Look at the score, bro. What are you worried about?
15-4. Like I said, Bentley was on my staff for years. I know exactly how he thinks. I know exactly why he was saying that. Breaking ball hit off the end of the bat, weakly to right field. Sayers there, makes the catch. Inning over. At the end of 7.5, the score Shasta 15, Lassen 4.
This is the weirdest baseball game I've ever been a part of. Oh, Lord. It's a freaking circus out there.
We really can't fight this thing, too, especially
They need to hit somebody.
Who,
Shasta
Lassen?
needs to
No,
hit somebody.
Shasta? Yeah. I don't think he did on purpose. I don't know. No.
I don't know.
Hey, Mike, let's go grab his next to Frank and Shasta. The difference between me and Frank is I'm not waiting that long to hit him.
No.
I'm getting his ass. I don't know what the score. I'm getting his ass.
And he was talking to J-Mac about it.
Who was?
The coach.
That pitching coach.
He was like, "Get the ball down." He was yelling
I
at.
was talking to Frank.
No, he was talking. He was looking at J-Mac.
Yeah, he was pointing at
He was
J-Mac.
pointing at J-Mac. And
He
told
might
him
have been.
to
He
pull
probably told him, but John wouldn't talk to players.
it looked like it to me. Holy smoke.
It's been crazy. Want to hear again today, guys. It's last game for Shasta. Lassen has playoff hopes. And there's a little hostility going both ways. The umpire's probably happy it's not about him anymore. Sarah will lead off for the Cougars. Frank and Rupert and Bentley are our friends, but you don't have any friends in the middle of a competition. Mendez, who got a 1-pitch out, now gives up a 1-pitch single to right to Sayer. Cougars showing life, but the feet is a long one. That'll bring Cook to the plate, who came in for Fisher. Leadoff singer by Sayer. They won't be running. Shasta didn't try to retaliate at all.
Not that it would hurt if he did.
Mendez
Not if like it would.
is a little sidearm guy, kind of funky. But Sayer stayed right with him and went the other way, which is what you're going to want to do with guys that go side. It's more of a low 3/4. And this time he goes a little bit over the top. And a called second strike that nobody liked. It's 0-2. Cook at the plate. Sayer at first. Up and away. Ball 1. 1-2 the count to Cook. Nobody out. Runner at first. They play Cook to pull, extreme pull in the infield and pull in the outfield. The left side is a open field out there, and the pitch fouled off. 1-2 count to Cook. Base hit left field. First and second, nobody out for the Cougs. And Caden Cripps will be the batter. Cripps, a replacement for Perez. I think he got hit by a pitch his first at bat.
I can't remember. No, he got walked. I think it's just a 4-pitch walk.
Yep, he did walk. And that ball is at base hit to left field. The runner has to hold up. He'll only be able to move up 90 feet. The first three batters of the eighth have singled. The bases are loaded. And Davenport will be the batter. There's activity in Shasta's bullpen. Is that the guy that threw yesterday?
23. Number 23. Oh, yeah. Out in the bullpen. Yeah.
And Davenport at the line shot right. It's going to fall in and get by the left fielder. One run's in. Two runs are in. They're going to bring Cripps around on a bad leg. He's going to be out at the plate if the throw's made. His throw's not made. He's safe. The Cougars score 3. I fear Cripps has hurt his leg again. He might have hurt his leg again. With no outs, they brought him anyway. A healthy Cripps scores easy. An injured one had to slide, and a good throw would have had him. It was not a good throw. And here comes Coach Rupert out to probably make the pitching change. So Mendez, who came in the 7th and cleaned up a mess on one pitch, now can't get an out in the 8th. 4 consecutive singles and a 2-base error by the left fielder has led to 3 Lassen runs. They trail 15-7, no outs, runner on third base. Ingraham will be the batter when the meeting breaks up, and it has broken up. There is no pitching change yet. Nothing like getting some hard feelings going to get the competitive juices flowing.
Come on, JD.
Ingram fouls off the first pitch. Shasta playing their infield back. More than willing to trade runs for outs right now. They're up 8. They only need 6 outs. So for every out, if they give up a run, they're going to win. Mendez pitches low and away for ball 1. 1-1 the count to Ingraham. With the top of the order up and the meat coming after them. 1-1 pitch to Ingraham. Popped up off the fist, out of play. One, 2. Normally you'd say hit a ground ball and score the run, but you need a little bit more than that right now. Oh boy, that was a pitch called a ball, but it was a good pitch. It probably missed, but if it would have gone for strike 3, the fireworks would have happened. It didn't. It's 2-2. Runner at third in the pitch. Ingram fouls another one off. Foreman boots it in the third base coaching box. Thank God he doesn't work for infielders. Still up 8, but it doesn't feel like that. Shasta's still up 8, but it feels like a closer game than that. 2-2. Runner on third. No outs. The pitch away for ball 3. (3-2) and the pitch. Borderline strike, but he had to swing the bat, and he fouls it off.
Coach Foreman's got 2 errors. Third.
Foreman kicks another one, and that makes a weak throw back to the dugout. I'm on him. We do 3-2 all over again. The delivery from Mendez, fly ball center field, might score a run. Right field, it drifts to right. It might score a run. No, they bluff. and that was the right play. That was the right call. I didn't see it well off the bat. It was hit to right center field. The wind blew it back to right. Too short to be a for sure score, and you can only send them on a for sure score. So Foreman, after his 2 errors in the coaching box, makes the right decision, not tagging the runner up. We have 1 out, 3 runs in. Caden Stutzman, the batter, hits the ball hard a couple times, and he swings and misses at a ball in the dirt. It gets away from the catcher, and Davenport scores easily. The Cougars' 4th run of the inning. Stutzman's behind 0-1 in the count. Another ill-advised swing. The ball barely made it to the plate. He's down 0-1. And the pitch. Strike 2. 0-2, 1 out. Stutzman at the plate. 4 runs across for the Cougars here in the 8th to narrow it to 7. And the pitch. Right there, strike 3. I'd like to say the umpire did it, but he didn't. It was a perfect strike. Didn't know if he was caught guessing or if he thought the ball was down. It was a low strike, but in my book, from here, it was a strike. And Stutzman goes in the books with a backwards K, and with 2 outs, sure will be the batter. 7th batter of the inning, and the 0-0. Fastball up for a ball. 1-0 to Sure. With Rackham on deck. The 1-0 in the low. Oh, my Lord. Now, that one was lower than Stutzman, but goes for a strike. 1-1 to count. Mendez recovering after 4 consecutive singles, and that ball's in the dirt for a 2-1 count. Mendez gave up single, error, pass, wild pitch, 4 runs to score, but he settled in. He settled in to get Stutzman on a backwards K for out number 2 after Ingram's fly ball to right. And now he gets 2-2 on Sure with 2 outs. It's a ball up the middle. Second baseman, high hop. It's going to be a base hit. It's going to be a base hit. And I don't know where these hops are coming from. The field is groomed immaculately. But twice now, the Cougars have benefited from bad hop singles that hopped over middle infielders. 15-8, and Rackham the batter. Called strike, outside corner.
Let's go, Zach. Come on, babe.
Sure, a great base stealer. It's probably got 20 now after the last week. I'm not sure. Short lead, won't be running in the pitch. Blown away, ball 1.
Get out.
And Rackham has a ball deep to left field. He's back. The ball's caught. The inning's over. The Cougs put up 4, narrow the gap, but still trail after 8 full, 15-8. New pitcher for the Cougars is Nate Rowley. His job, plain and simple, put a 0 up and give us a chance to come back. He'll be facing Giacomo Crescetti. He hits a ground ball to the 6 hole. A 2V on 2 hops. Throws across the diamond. Perfect 1 hop to Cook. And Crescetti is retired. 6-3. That ball's practiced. It was deep in the hole. And Ingram knew that he had to get rid of it, and he knew that he couldn't make the throw in the air. Threw a perfect 1 hop to Cook, just like he was taught. Roller required. Oh, couldn't. Oh, I'm not saying anything. So Rowley gets a 1 pitch, 1 out.
Bounce. Yeah, bounce. Yeah.
Umpire took one where men don't like to get hit. He seems to be okay. He's back. Davenport politely asked him if he's okay. And we're back at it with Weaver the batter on a 1-0 count and Rowley on the mound. Rowley's 1-0 goes for a called strike on the outside corner. One out, 1-1 count to Weaver. Fouls the ball off. Count is 1-2. So Rowley, who came in and had a really good outing against Butte, but the last part of his work after a long layoff and a time around the bases, he struggled with. Now there's a weak ground ball that Rowley fields, runs over to first, flips to Cook, and out number 2 is quickly made. Weaver out 1-3, 2 outs. Here in the top of 9, Hayes Eden's the batter. Eden's 1 for 4. And the breaking ball is in the dirt for a 1-0 count. Cougs chasing 7, and so far Rowley has come in and done exactly what he needed to do. Got 2 quick outs, get the Cougars back to the dugout. The 1-0 is fouled off weakly to the third base dugout.
They dropped all their charts on the dugout.
So we have a 1-1 count, 2 outs. The pitch to Edens. Way low and way away for 2-1. Maybe a little overthrow there. But Rowley has made quick work of the first 2 Shasta hitters, and he's 2-1 to Edens. The pitch. Up 3-1. So the 3-1 fouled off. 3-2, 2 outs, nobody on. Edens will be followed by Escueda if he gets on base. Escueda with a home run and 2 other hits. He's got 3 hits on the day. This is the guy we want. 3-2, 2 outs the pitch. Fly ball hit pretty well to the left, but Stutzman seems to be under it. Can't. Drops it. Oh, is Dak Sayer moved over there? Where'd Stutzman go? They took him out? Okay, so sorry, I didn't know the change. Sayer was on left. Looked like he had a problem with the sun. The ball was at a mile high and hit a ton. The slight breeze blowing in from left field kept that ball in the park. And Sayer just, after battling the sun, dropped it. It goes as an error. It goes as E7. And it'll bring up Julian Escueda, who has had a great day today. Has 3 hits and a home run, 3 runs scored. 4 hits. Correction, 4 hits. So that was the 3rd out. Anything scored here will be unearned, and the 0-0 on the way. Swing and a miss. How many errors we've made today? That's 2 were on Perez, 1 was on Sayers, and the what pitch? Base hit right at. It was hit right at Sayer, who was playing way up the middle. He bobbled it, barehanded it, made a strike throw to first, and the Knights are done on the top of the 9th. The Cougars are going to bat. They got 3 outs to score 7 runs. We'll be back. The new pitcher for Shasta will be right-hander number 23, Colton Clark. He'll face Drew Bradbury to start the bottom of the 9th. One guy warming up in Shasta's bullpen in case things get out of hand. And the 0-0 to Bradbury, way up on a breaking ball. Not a very good one. Bradbury takes it for a strike, a ball, and the Cougars need base runners, and they need a lot of them. Fastball, waist high, called a strike, 1-1. I don't think this guy threw yesterday.
I think number 8 there.
Yeah. So he calls a strike above the belt, then he calls one below the knee, and Bradbury's in a 1-2 hole on some borderline pitches. The 1-2 on the way. Breaking ball, Bradbury bloops it to shallow right field, and it's going to fall. Oh my. The first baseman, second baseman, and right fielder, all were around it. Nobody got a dive off, and the ball falls for a single. Little duck fart over the second baseman's head that nobody could get to. So with no outs, the Cougars do have their first base runner on, and Sayre will be the batter. And the first pitch is called strike. So Bradbury's been hitting everything. He's been hitting everything hard, and the ball he hits the ball he hits the worst. The ball he hits the worst falls for a single again. And when you're hot, you're hot.
Rolly's pinch running.
Rolly's coming to run for Bradbury. And you got to go down the line, buddy. So Sayre hits a squibber down the first baseline. It was fair and then foul and then fair. Oh, no. He's going to call that foul, and he's making a huge mistake right now. They're going to call that foul, and that ball was as fair as it gets.
0-1, right? Or 0-2.
Boy, it could go foul and come back.
Yeah. That ball was fair, went foul, and came back fair, clearly fair. And it goes as a foul ball. The count 0-2 now, instead of an out. A break for the Cougars, and the 0-2 on the way. Another breaking ball hits him. He hits him with the pitch.
was a breaker.
Sayers on first. Rowley, the runner at second. So Rowley, who's pitching, came in for the DH, who was pitching. So the change is straight up, and Rowley's now in the order. First and second, Cook the batter. No outs. The pitch. Fastball, strike one. Something hard on the ground to somebody. Could be a double play. Cook, a below average runner.
Good. Come on, man.
Started the majority of the games in conference. And the 0-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike two. No outs. Rowley at second. Sayer at first. 0-2 the count to Cook. Clark sets, pitch. Fastball down for a ball. Little rally going, and we need a lot more of it. Cook behind on the count, 1-2, and the pitch. Hit foul pretty well. Out of play.
This guy can get cheated.
Shasta, drastic pull in the infield. Kind of straight away in the outfield. The right fielder playing slightly to pull. Center fielder and left fielder straight up. The 1-2 to Cook. Breaking ball fouled off. I said it's an 8-run game, 7-run game, but it feels closer. I can't explain why. No outs. Cook, 1-2 pitch from Clark on the way. Fastball hit well to right. Right fielder's back, makes the catch. Nobody's going to tag up. So a line drive hit hard off Cook's bat. The right fielder runs it down, falls down. Nobody tags, as nobody should have. And we have one out, first and second, and Cripps the batter. So I don't think he did hurt his leg, as I thought when he scored on the air in left field. Popped up to the infield, going to drift out of play. Cripps walked and singled.
Let's go, Cripsy. Come on, man.
He's part of those 4 consecutive ones in the pitch. Breaking ball again. No command right now, that pitch for Clark. Hit a guy with it, left a couple of them hanging. Just want a single. A home run kind of clears the bases and takes the edge off. You want to keep the bases full and keep people thinking, and you'll take it, but you'd rather have a double, score a couple, and keep people on the base. Keep this guy in the stretch. He has not been very effective in the stretch. He does have an out. The count is 1-2 to Cripps. And the pitch in the dirt, 2-2. The pitch, fouled off. Sayer at first, Rowley at second. They will not read balls in the dirt. They'll have to see a carom off the catcher somewhere to advance 90. Can't take that chance now. So some of your aggressiveness is gone. But there's a time and a place, and that's not the time for a read in the dirt. You got 2-2 count. Clark comes set. Doesn't even check the runner. Throws the plate. And that ball's crushed to left field. Way back. And it's gone.
Yes, sir, Cripps.
Cripps hits a 3-run home run. A 3-run home run. He had a couple bad swings and then just juiced the ball to left field. Making the score 15-11. No quit right now on the Cripps. Homer's home 3. Rupert's on the way to the mound. There'll be a pitching change, and we'll be back. 3 runs in. Cougars only down 4. There is 1 out. The new pitcher is Blade Roblin for Shasta. He has a 4.63 ERA in 7 appearances. Has walked more guys than he struck out. So command may be a bit of an issue. You take the home run like I talked about earlier, but now it kind of clears everybody's mind. We got to do the whole thing again, whereas the thing was continually going. It's just the psyche. Maybe it's just me. But the 0-0 in the dirt. Davenport the batter. 1 hit on the day for Davenport and a run scored. The 1-0, 2-0.
Let's go, D4.
Roblin falls behind Davenport 2-0 with 1 out here in the 9th in a 4-run game. Ball 3, low again. Top of the order coming up next, Ingraham. It'd be a hell of a comeback. Strike. Safe time to throw a strike. His next 2 pitches should be the exact same way. Make him hit him his way on. So he gets 1 strike in. It's 3-1. The Davenport ball 4 in the dirt again. We talked about his walks over strikeouts, and the walk hurt him right there. Davenport's on first with 1 out, top of the order. Jack Ingraham will be the batter. Ingraham 1 hit and 5 at-bats. It was a double, and he scored a run. Strike called. Probably had the take on. You will usually do that when a reliever comes in and is erratic in his pitches. Davenport with a short lead will be going nowhere. Shasta holding the runner on. They pick for some reason. And Rupert yells at him to worry about the batter, not the runner. A good way to do that would be to not hold him. But they're holding him. And it's 0-1 to Ingraham. Up and away, and Davenport will end up at second base. So a wild pitch off the backstop. Davenport advances, and it counts 1-1 to Ingraham. Curtis Lindsay, the on-deck batter. He's got pop in his bat. But right now it's Ingraham with a 1-1, 1 out, runner at second base. The pitch. Popped up, shallow right field. Right fielder comes in, makes the catch. Out number 2's in the books. Pitch hitting for Stutzman. He came in. Did he come in the game too?
Yeah, he's in right.
So Stutzman came in the game in right field when Sayre moved to left, and Stutzman came out of the lineup. We have 2 outs. The Cougs are chasing 4. Ingram's at second, and Lindsay has an 0-0 count. Roblin looks. Short lead and the pitch. Ball 1 low. Things are getting interesting. Some activity in Shasta's bullpen. Sure, the on-deck batter. If Lindsay can find a way to get on base anyway, it'll bring Sure up. And the pitch. Ground ball foul. Foreman on his 4th attempt makes the play. Flips the ball back to the dugout accurately. He had a good roll that time. Moves the count 1-1 to Lindsay with 2 outs, and Davenport at second. Ball 2 away. 2-1, 2 outs. Runner at second. Curtis Lindsay, the batter. Scratching and clawing their way back in, and the 2-1 on the way. Hit real deep to left field. Way back. Way back. That ball's gone. The ball gets out of the park. The Cougars are going to be down 2 with the heart of the order coming up. Curtis a little excited. He's getting beat up on his way back to the dugout. Rupert's on the way to the mound. I'm sure there's a pitching change, and we'll be back. Tyson Uciano, the new pitcher for the Shasta Knights. He had a relief appearance yesterday in the Slugfest. And today's another Slugfest, and he's back in the game on the 9th. Looks like the ball is going to be his. Nope, there is somebody throwing in Shasta's bullpen. 2 outs. Tying run on deck in Zach Rackham. So Sure has to get on base to give Rackham a chance. And after Rackham will be Bradbury, who's been incredibly hot. And here we go. 15-3 Shasta. Bottom of 9, 2 outs. The pitch to Sure. He shows bunt, pulls back, ball 1. I'm pretty sure he was just showing it. Third baseman at base level. The 1-0 to Sure. Shows it again, takes it a strike. So he was just going to show it till they threw a strike. But the corners, the first baseman's in. The third baseman's at base level. Outfield medium deep. And the pitch. Strike 2, low and away. Now the corners move back in the infield. And Sure's down 1-2. Unciano on the mound. 1-2 and the pitch. Fouled out of play. Might have been ball 2. Curtis got the dugout a little fired up with that bomb. That ball was hit. So we're back at 1-2 with 2 outs and Sure at the plate. The pitch. Oh, strike 3 on a pitch down and away. Cougs lose.